Hello guys, and welcome to my channel. I am TheBlastFurnace, and today we will be watching some of the replays, some of the games that I played recently, specifically with Orks. We've got 3 replays, all of them are different matchups. Let's get into the first one. I'm playing as the Orks on the left side on the Meteor Mines. On the right side we have Space Marine, All-Seeing Eye, playing Space Marines. He opens with 3 scouts and a servitor afterwards, a chapel barracks, quite standard. I open with 2 sluggers, a Gretchen, a boys hut and a generator, pretty standard as well. This match was played about a month and a half ago, so it's quite recent, I'd say. He also opens with a generator, All-Seeing Eye does. It's normal to open with a generator, I think, on this map, because you have 6 points and it's easy to defend, for example, Relic, because you only have one side to defend. Like, you can capture this point easily, you can build it, and then you will not have much of an aggression from the enemy on this side. So he only has to defend one side, which is the Relic side, and for that he can build a generator and get away with it with minimal problems, basically. I open with a shooter boy, and then Big Mac is coming out. We have a scout squad here. Going to take a decap, I think, yeah. And it's a heavy cover as well, so they will not lose that much HP, or even a model, I'd say. Yeah, 1 yellow HP model for a decap, I think, or red HP actually. It's quite nice. I'm chasing them down a little bit, so he retreats fully. And then my Big Mac comes out. If they try to be aggressive again, I can just jump in and shoot them down. Or I don't even need to jump in. No need to waste a jump. He has a Force Commander on his Relic side, waiting for some kind of aggression. I have my Big Mac here. I'm probably expecting his Force Commander to be on this side. I think that's what he does generally. So I am expecting this. I'm probably going to go this side or something. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll go this side anyway. I have 2 LP2s. One is coming out right here. He has 1 LP2 coming out on his generator. That's pretty good. Because even though you have to defend one side, Orks can just enter from this side or even jump in and then try to destroy this generator. Which means upgrading this LP is quite nice, because you'll be defending this. And try to deny his decap. 1 scout dead for 2 models. 1 model, 2 model. This is a bad trade right here. I'm trying to trade some of the HP from the Force Commander, because in this matchup it's very important to keep your Force Commander on high HP. Even more so than for the Orks to keep their Big Mech on the full HP, on high HP. Because the Big Mech can just be, like, attached to a squad, and then the Big Mech will still jump in even though he's low HP. So it doesn't really matter as much as a Force Commander for the Big Mech to be low HP. Also, you guys know that the Orks have a lot of melee squads, which means the Force Commander can also be used attached to a squad going into melee against those melee squads, which is pretty good. But when the Force Commander, for example, is low HP and the Big Mech is like high, or even Big Mech is low HP too, the Force Commander has a lot of chance of dying, because he will be caught up most of the time. I'm trying to be aggressive here in his base, trying to keep him in his base, which is not really working now. He has 2 scouts, 1 TSM squad on the middle. I can't really do anything here. This is a bad placement for my shooter boys and Big Mech to be. I can't really find anything to destroy. He has done his base defense quite nice. His economy is high as well, 110 to 20 against my 110 and 10. I'm getting the second generator. I have a pile of guns with 35 pop cap, which means I can get the armory. I'm probably getting a Stoneboy squad as well. Got the Force Commander here fighting against my Big Mech. I'd say this is a bad trade now that the TSM is here and I need to jump away. I'm chipping down the HP of the Force Commander, but I lost a lot of shooter boys here. I think 4 of them or even 5, I'm not sure. Which is not a good trade. So we had 2 bad trades, one here, and then he is losing some TSM as well. He got caught up against my melee squads and my shooter. He lost 2 models now. Gonna be 3 and 4, which is 200 requisition. It's a lot. Maybe even gonna lose this entire squad. I don't remember this game exactly, but it looks like he's gonna lose the entire squad to me. It was a 5th member, 6th member, 7th, and then the 8th. So this is gonna be like 400 requisition down basically without doing any damage. He got caught up with this squad pretty badly. Even gonna lose this one, I think. Yeah, 450 requisition gone from this single squad. Pretty bad for him. Let's check him. He's almost tier 2 at 6 minutes. Pretty good with this economy as well. He's getting an armory. Not sure about that. I think when he's tier 2, he should instead build a machine pit. Machine Colt, actually. And then build some Tempests. Or maybe Land Speeders. It's better at this stage. I have 45 pop cap, 55. Now I am tier 2. I'm getting the Choppy. I only have a Stormboy and a Shooter Boy squad. Pretty normal, pretty standard army. More or less what you need against any kind of matchup. I'm getting the mech shop. Probably gonna make some war trucks. Let's see it from his point of view. So he has a squad in his base, destroying some LPs. This is why I think that Machine Colt would have been better, because you would have land speeders, for example, killing these. I couldn't do this if he had land speeders. But like I can split my army easily, whereas he cannot because he has 2 squads here. For example, this one and this one. If he goes in to his base with one of the squads and one on the field like this, I can pretty much pull these Stormboys back, jump onto the one that's on the outside, the squad that's on the outside, and then jump in with a big mech as well, and pretty much deal a lot of damage, maybe even wipe the entire squad. I'm not doing it right now because he has a turret. The squad is pretty close here. He has snipers. It's dangerous to engage this one. He actually has the 3rd squad here, 3 squads of TSM, but he lacks a lot of mobility that he pretty much needs to use these squads on full efficiency. I'm getting a truck and a tank buster squad. I'm expecting some kind of a rhino from him, some kind of a vehicle. His army right now, in an army to army fight I'd lose this, so I'm going to try to divert maybe. Let's see what happens. I'm killing some of the scouts here. I'm engaging, and for some reason not engaging here and then trying to kill some of the builders. I'm probably scared of some kind of a vehicle. I'm not so sure. But I'm going to try to divert and attack here, which is quite good. When you cannot engage an army, you don't have to engage it. You can just trade some of the... like, you can lose some buildings. He can lose some buildings as well. You can try to damage his economy, so when you engage, he cannot keep up with reinforcements. The Storm Boys here could easily go in here, I think, and then try to do some damage here. Maybe I'm just scared of some snipers as well instead of some vehicles. I'm not sure. Engaging here. I think it's a good engagement. I have a vehicle, a range squad here, melee, 2 melee squads, and then I'm only going to fight with one of his squads. He retreats because I'm winning this engagement. He actually lost a lot of models here. I'm retreating with the Storm Boys. When the sergeant has the sword, it's generally a bad idea to go in melee with them, with the Storm Boys, because the sergeant sword deals a lot of damage in melee. He just has it. He didn't have it before, but I still retreated. Still, without the sergeant sword, it's pretty hard to kill them in melee with Storm Boys or Slugger Boys. So it's always better to use the Storm Boys to tie them up in tier 2 when they have like these bionic upgrades and everything. He doesn't do anything. He left the game basically now because he lost pretty much. His economy is going down from this side. He doesn't have a reliable AV. He just made some heavy bolters here. One missile launcher in this squad, but he has no mobility to hold both of the sides. So he eventually loses the game. Let's get into the second game. This one is Orks and Chaos on Meteor Mines again. On the left side we have Dantist with Chaos. On the right side we have me with Orks. I'm getting 2 sluggers, the Boys Hut and the generator. The most standard thing, just like I did in the previous game. He opens with a temple, no net cult, and for some reason 3 heretics. 3 heretics. He's probably going to go and turret rush here or something. Yeah, I actually remember. He's probably going to place a turret here. He gets the Chaos Lord. 2 cultists only. 3 actually. He just ordered another one. A Shooter Boy. And then probably Big Mac afterwards. Is what I'm going to get. I'll probably be aggressive with the squad, capture this, and then be aggressive on the relic side. And then this one captures this one, and then the relic. The Shooter Boy captures this one. Let's see. No, this one goes to the relic. Okay, then this one will capture this one. I will not be aggressive with this one. He gets a Chaos Lord and a Chaos Space Marine squad. He has a turret here. And I cannot capture my relic now. Which means I either engage this with my Big Mech, or I try to deal some damage on his side. So I naturally think that he is going to defend this with his Chaos Lord, because it's pretty easy to jump in with a Big Mech and a Slugger Boy squad and destroy this without losing that much, with having a really good trade. So I'm expecting his Chaos Lord to be on this side, and I am going to be aggressive on this side instead, which he realizes partially, and then he goes back because he expects me to jump in here and then destroy this turret, which I will not do because I saw his Chaos Lord going in here, which means I have a really good advantage. He's off place, and I am pretty much at where I need to be. Dealing some good damage here. 1 heretic down. The second one is about to be dead. I can deal a lot of damage to this Chaos Marine squad. I have a Shooter Boy and a Slugger Boy squad. And the Big Mech jumps in. 1 model dead without me losing anything. Just some HP on the Slugger Boys. Good trade. one more model, and then I lose how many? 3 slugger boys. I'd say it's worth it because there's more of the less HP Marines in this squad. And the Chaos in Tier 1 barely have any regeneration on their units. It's when they hit Tier 2, and then they have an aura on their buildings, all of them, that gives a regen that like gives them 4 times more HP regen, which means that they will barely regenerate, which is good for me in the early game. He captures this point. My economy is higher than his, even though I have no relic. He also doesn't have a relic. Minus 92 to 20. I built a second generator actually. I'm seeking to eco boom with this 5 points. Quite good. I like this playstyle. He has 80 economy, 80 requisition income, and he builds a generator, which means he has 10 power income. He has the second Chaos Marine squad. I actually lose a lot of here, a lot of shooter boys retreating from here. I can see that when I'm trying to be aggressive, I overly commit and lose a lot of models, have some bad trades, etc. Jumping in here, trying to kill some of the cultists. Under the turret, it's fine, I think, to... like, this trade is pretty good. I lost 2 shooter boys, but he lost an entire squad of 5 members. It's both good in like resource trade, and he loses a squad, which means he needs to get another one if he wants to, of course. I get a Stormboy squad. I'm having the pilot guns. I have a second shooter here. I have a good potential to push in Tier 1. I'm probably going to try and kill this. What does it finish? Yeah, it finishes. Gonna deal some damage to the LP. Try to have him push me. I disattach this big mech. Gonna attach it to the slugger boy probably, and then jump in here. I have a slugger boy squad here, harassing him. Just to deal with this, I think he made this Kill Space Marine, or actually he makes Kill Space Marines like 3 squads against Orks. It's quite normal. An LP2 here. He's getting the armory. I jump in with my big mech and slugger boy and stone boys. I have 2 shooter boy squads, killing his marines and his turret. The turret focuses on the big mech, big shooter squads, which is quite good. When you're playing against Orks, if you have LPs or turrets, always focus down the big shooters in Tier 1 specifically. Or you can focus down the big mech if he's low HP. Big mech is more of a priority than shooter boys. Of course it depends on the situation, but if the big mech is low HP, just focus him down. He has 2 squads here against my 1 squad. I'm going to disengage here probably soon. Maybe jump away or run away or something. Finally. I'm dealing a lot of damage with these shooter boys. It's not really visible because they don't have any, like, what they call them, effects. Not that much, at least. So it's easy to assume that they're not dealing that much damage when you do not see the damage on them. I jumped here. This is a huge squad. Trying to destroy this relic. Maybe even decap it, possibly. It's quite hard though. 3 squads over there. Okay. I'm just destroying the LP, and that's it. Nice grenade on the cultist. The grenade deals also damage to the cultists, especially because they have low HP. 3 models dead. Good. Pretty good damage done. He's going tier 2 now. In the 8th minute, I am going tier 2 now. I have less economy than him. No, actually. It was pretty same. More economy now that I have this LP2. 116 to 20, and he has 104 to 20. Decapping this critical location. Gonna jump away as well. It's not good to engage them. Just like in the Space Marine matchup, he has the sword on the Sergeant, which deals a lot of damage. I don't prefer to fight them with the Storm Boys unless I have the choppy upgrade myself, which I think I do not. Let's see. Yeah, I do not. If the knob has a choppy instead of a power core, that means you don't have the upgrade. I'm getting a mech shop. He's still going tier 2. He's quite behind when it comes to tech. It destroys LP2. Decap this. It looks very grim for him. He has 4 squads of Chaos Space Marines actually. He has a lot of anti-infantry. I probably saw this, I probably know this in the game. And I'll try not to make that much infantry. Because in tier 2, I'd say it's quite hard for the Orks to actually engage with infantry. They should rather make a lot of war tracks, for example. Chaos has like the Chaos anti-infantry is not really that good. They only have horrors and hell talents, which both get killed by Orks quite easily, unlike some other races. So war trucks, or war tracks actually, the artillery one, not this one, the other one, are quite effective against Chaos. I have a big gen, a lot of economy, 140 to 70. Now I can even make some infantry and then just engage them. I choose not to, because I have a lot of advantage which I could use easily to win the game without taking that much risks. Jumping with the Storm Boys. Now I can fight them. They have not that many members, but I should still go away because I have some other squads shooting at me. I'm trying to divert his attention into this side, which he did fall for it. He moved in with 2 squads over here to kill the Storm Boys, which I used to my advantage to go here and destroy this LP, dealing him further economy damage. I'm not going to engage his army now. He has the heavy weapon upgrade. He has 4 heavy bolters available for his squads, and he has 2 times more damage on the heavy bolters, or maybe 50%, I'm not sure exactly. But they get some damage bonus as well, the Chaos Space Marine heavy bolter does. I'm going tier 3, so I'd say I used my economy advantage and mobility advantage quite nicely to go tier 3. In tier 3, the matchup shifts more towards Orks, because Orks have a lot of tanky stuff, a lot of good artillery options, like the fighter bomber. The fighter bomber is exactly what you need against Chaos Space Marines, because they have a lot of setup weapons which deal a lot of damage, but to stop them you can just disrupt them with the artillery. You also have the second armor upgrade, which gives also HP to knobs, Storm Boys, pretty much anything you have. And you have Mad Dogs, which can make your squads immune. not invulnerable, just immune. I have a killer can, which by the way is the only vehicle that is not a relic vehicle, and that has vehicle high armor, which means its armor is the highest in the game, apart from other relic units. So this is the only walker with vehicle high armor, and it's quite tanky, even though it has 3000 HP. This makes them very tanky. This makes the killer can very tanky. I'm just tying up some of his squads with this killer can. He goes in here with the squads. I disattached my big mech to go and melee some of his squads, but he grenades them. We have another squad here. I lose the Stoneboy squad, but I'm tier 3 and I have a lot of economy. I'm getting a fighter bomber here. Flash gets the war boss before the Mad Dog. I'd say this is a mistake actually. It's always better to get the Mad Dogs before the war boss. This is something I did before. Like recently I stopped doing this, I just get some Mad Dogs instead. But with the range upgrade from the pylon guns for the big mech and the war boss range weapon gets a lot of damage basically. So in range the war boss is very dangerous. I can't engage this. Look, this is why you need the Mad Dog. The Flash Kids barely have any HP. This is quite low for a tier 3 unit. And you need the Mad Dog to not actually lose them, to use the firepower on maximum efficiency. His economy is 91 to 40. He's still tier 2. I have 2 Flash Kids now, and a Mad Dog. The War Boss, the Big Mech, Tank Busters. And DANTIST says that the Orks are the most BS race in the game, which I agree here. Because Orks are quite strong. Orks are very... what they call it? Like, they can basically do anything. They have good AV, good mobility, good vehicles, good early game aggression, good economy. You have everything you need as Orks. Whereas Chaos lacks, for example, mobility in early game especially. The Rhino can get stuck. Your artillery is good. The defilers are good, but not as good as the fighter bomber, I'd say. But anyway, this was the second game. Let's get to the third game. It's me versus this guy. His name is also Sikorsky. And he plays Dark Eldar. We're playing on Titan's Fall. This matchup in general is Orc favored. But on this map in particular, I'd say it's more towards Dark Eldar because you can easily be aggressive with 1 Hellion and 3 bikes build. There's a lot of impassable areas where you can use on your advantage, use your mobility, which Dark Eldar has the best stuff. The Dark Eldar mobility is the best in the game, I think. You can just jump in, for example, here. If you cannot fight here, you can just go in here on the relic and then just deny the relic. If you cannot fight that, you can divert. You can pull the enemy armor here and then jump over here, destroy this LP and then escape. A lot of harassment potential, a lot of economy damage potential from the Dark Eldar side. I'm capturing this point, the outer point first, which is, I think, the best thing you can do in this map against Dark Eldar. The Dark Eldar can easily deny this point if you don't capture it quick. This one as well. The outer points are being captured first, especially on a map like this, where you have 2 or even 3 sides to fight on. the Dark Elder can use that on their advantage easily. Whereas on a map like Medium Mines, for example, you can just not capture the outer points first, and then you capture one of the sides, especially, and then the other side you can just go in with your stone shooter boy squads and the big mech, and they just fight there like that. The big mech is out. He has an Hellion squad. He has the Homunculus laboratory, but he will not get a bike. He will instead get this LP. He places this. This is a mistake from his side. He should instead just delete this, get the bike, and then on the way to here, he can just place the LP easily. Like for example, before he could touch this, before the slave was there, and then he could order the bike, which means when the slave was here, he could just order the bike, and then when the slave was here, he could just place this, which means that his bike could have been out by now and killing these slugger boys. So you need to, when playing Dark Elder especially, you need to make these timings right to have the most efficiency in early game especially. The early game is very important for Dark Elder. Specifically for Dark Elder, it's important for all of the races, all of the matchups, but specifically for Dark Elder it is very important because you want to deal as much damage in tier 1, delay the enemy's tier 2, and get to tier 2 before the enemy does, in order to win the game. Especially in this matchup. Some other matchups you can just try to finish the game in tier 1. Against Orks you cannot do that unfortunately because their bases are all turrets. I'm decapping this point, fighting his Hellions with the big mech. This is a mistake from his end. He lost a model and a lot of HP on this one. The Hellions, just like the Chaos Space Marines, have very little regen. So you don't really want to go in trades with them. With pretty much any unit with Dark Elder, you don't want to trade some HPs. You just want to hit and run. You try to kill units without losing anything. This is the core gameplay of Dark Elder. Just hit and run. You can't really trade HPs. I have the 25th pop banner. Actually, there's my slugger boy here. This is the second one and the last one. I can easily fight this army with my big mech and shooter boys. I have the big mech in melee to kill these, and then the shooter boys in range to kill these. He gets a low HP bike here. The other one almost half HP. If he chooses that, he can easily go tier 2 now, which is quite early, in 4 minutes 20 seconds. With 3 bikes and a Hellion, this is quite nice. This is what you want basically, as Dark Elder. To be tier 2 before your enemy is either 35th banner, 45th coming up here. I'm building a mine here. Maybe he engages and then he blows some of the bikes here, which would be nice for me. He repairs the bikes and then he waits. That's also good as engaging these places against Orks in tier 1, because in tier 1 I lost a lot of models and I lost a slugger boy squad, which means he has the advantage now. He can just basically lead the game, lead where the game goes. So he chooses to go tier 2, quite standard. I'd also do the same. I decap the critical location and jump away, which he sees me that I jumped here, which means he can just engage this side, which is the most logical thing. I know this and I'm going towards this side with the Gretchens. He's potentially going to destroy this banner, which deals a big damage to my tech. 5 bikes here. I'm focusing this one. Runs away at 46 HP. Focusing this one now. I'm getting a Stoneboy squad. You might say this is awkward to get the Stoneboy squad. Oh, the mine here. He lost the Hellions to this. I'm over here. I'm losing the Gretchens. I repair the banner with my Big Mech. I save this banner. And I think he loses a bike here. No, he didn't lose any bikes. Okay, he just loses some HP. Anyway, about the Stormboys. You might say that getting the Stormboys is awkward. But in this matchup, I think the Stormboys are very good. Because he will not only have bikes, but he will also get Scourges. And to kill the Scourges, you need to tie them up and disrupt them with the war tracks when you have them. Which the Stormboys are very good at tying them up. I'm getting the custom gadgets to stun the bikes. A tank buster squad here. I can easily kill those bikes. They don't have the armor upgrade, but I think they have the damage upgrade. They probably do. The Mandrakes have their upgrade. I see the Scourges here. I kill the Hellion squad. Oh, actually, no. One model survives. Okay, I'm waiting some kind of a push now on this side. So I start with my squads here. In case he goes in, I just go in like this. And then try to kill some bikes with this squad. Maybe even tie them, stun them. Jumping with the Stormboys. He doesn't have any bikes here. He just runs away. He goes in with his Mandrakes. Tying up my tank busters to kill them. I stun the bikes. And he stops tying them up because I have the infiltration just in time, actually. This is very good timing. I have the infiltration. Just in time he engaged this. And the tank buster squad is no longer tied up because they infiltrated. And it takes some time for him to realize this, and they use his soul magic power, I guess you call this, to detect them, which he doesn't have right now. Which is a very good timing for me, actually. So that was lucky by me. Or maybe even calculated, I don't know. I kill a lot of stuff. I think 3 bikes in total. Or 2 bikes. 1 almost. The Mandrake squad is dead. The Scourges, some of the Hellions are dead. I'm getting a mech shop here. Actually, originally placed this here, but I replaced it here, because Dark Eldar can't push in here with some of the Scourges and then kill this. This is a safer place. Now I have the army advantage, probably economy as well. Yeah, I have the economy advantage and the army advantage. I still choose to retreat because I don't have any reliable AV. He can easily go in and tie this up and then kill all of my units. So I'm just going to wait for the war track, sorry. There's no need to be overly aggressive for no reason. I basically lead the game now. I have taken the lead from the Dark Eldar player in this engagement. So I'm not going to do anything aggressive, nothing risky. I'm just going to wait for him to do some mistakes, try to push me, because he needs to push me right now. My late game is better than his, of course. So he needs to damage my economy, my tech now, and then drag the game into tier 2 more. He goes in here with his bikes and Scourge squad. Probably gonna engage here. I know this. I actually predicted this. I'm moving in with my Big Mech squad like this. I lose 1 bike, which means I'm back to tier 1.5. I stun these 2. I'm probably gonna kill them. This engagement, although he destroyed... Actually, I don't even... What? I didn't even destroy these 2 bikes. I had a war track, sorry. And none of them died. Interesting. I was gonna say it was a bad engagement, bad trade for him, but it's actually a good trade now. Now that he didn't lose any bikes, I can engage him now. I can fight his army. I have Stormboys. I have war trucks, tracks. Sorry, this is the third time I got this wrong. The third war truck. This is the fourth time. The third war track is out. Pretty good army I have. He needs like a witch squad to engage this now, which he's getting. Plus, he gets the Archon with the Malediction, the Incubi Retinue. He's preparing for his engagement now. I'm trying to be safe. 2 squads here, trying to destroy his barracks. A squad of Stormboys trying to scout this. And I have these war tracks behind the lines in case he jumps in with his with his Scourges here to destroy them. Trying to split them, but now that I see them engaging here, I'm just going to move them there. I see the Scourges now. I jump in with them with my Stormboys. I get a Nob squad, very important unit for this matchup. Some pathing with the war truck tracks. The war tracks, the amount of damage they deal when they just disrupt the enemy squads is more than you can predict. They have not that much damage actually, like less damage than they seem to have, but the reality is that when they disrupt, the enemy units get slowed and shot down. His Scourge squad has lost a lot of models. His last bike, I think this one, yeah, dies to the war track. I jump away. He has 2 LP2s here. One of them is going to be destroyed probably. This one deals a lot of damage, so I just jumped away. My Stormboy squad was low HP anyway. The Nob and 2 models here. I have a Nob squad now, which is pretty much unkillable in this matchup. When Orks have 2 squads of this, you can't kill them with witches, for example. You need to have like an abnormal amounts of them, which he doesn't right now. He actually broke my morale, which means he can win this engagement, but I have a lot of firepower with the war tracks. And in melee, I'm beating them. The witch squad is gonna die. No, they just get reinforced. A Homunculus here with his torch ramp placed. A very good placement of this torch ramp actually, because me engaging here with my Stormboys means that I'm going to be slowed down forever pretty much, because that placement is quite nice. Like I can't run in with my war tracks to kill this, my shooter boys to kill this. He has some units over here which I need to go past through. I destroyed the relic, I'm decapping it. Re-engaging with my Stormboys. Jumping away because they're low HP. I don't need the Stormboys anymore actually, because I have a Nob squad, and he doesn't really have that much squads for me to use the Stormboy with. So I'm just gonna go and harass this side probably. He's getting more bikes, which he kind of needs at this stage, but he also needs to kill these war tracks, which he cannot because he doesn't have any AV, and he cannot really get the raiders. I can just stun them and then just kill them with the war tracks. He needs the barracks again, and he needs the Scourges, like more Scourges, maybe 3 squads. He goes in there with the bikes to kill the Stormboys. I run away. Now jumping in with the Big Mech squad and the Nob squad into this Scourges and destroying this LP2. His economy is really bad now. I can go tier 3 if I want to. I have the 75th pop cap and enough resources. He loses a bike here, possibly the second one as well. And he calls the GG. Pretty much GG at the stage. Once Orks can get War Track, the tank busters and knobs quite easily, like quite easily basically, it's pretty much over for Dark Elder because these 3 units hard counter whatever Dark Elder has. So that was pretty much it for the 3 replays. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again.